news where you live. 5 News starts with breaking news.
Christopher Cordeiro, the former West Fork police officer who was facing negligent homicide charges, has been found not guilty in a Washington County courtroom today.
You can see him breaking down there. The case stems from a 2022 traffic stop that ended with the driver, 49-year-old Michael Hanna, dead. Now a Washington County jury says Cordeiro's actions did not result in Hanna's death. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Alexandra Burnley.
And I'm Darren Bob. Cordeiro was charged with negligent homicide after he pulled Hanna over 2 years ago. Arrest records show that after a back and forth with Hanna, Cordeiro removed Hanna from the car and then tased him multiple times. Hanna died at the scene.
An autopsy shows Hanna's death was caused by multiple factors, including heart disease, meth, and physical exertion. It also shows the taser injuries might have also contributed to his death. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi was in the courtroom today as the jury handed down the verdict.
After about an hour and a half of deliberations, a jury in Washington County found former West Fork police officer Chris Cordeiro not guilty of negligent homicide. That decision coming just before 4 p.m. today. Video right here from the courtroom shows the emotional reaction of Cordeiro right after the verdict was read by Judge Mark Lindsay. This morning, defense attorneys called witnesses who were near the scene on December 29, 2022, when the altercation between Cordeiro and Michael Hanna occurred. 2 witnesses said they saw the struggle between the two, one saying he stepped in and helped bring handcuffs to Cordeiro. Both witnesses testified that they believed Cordeiro was justified in his actions. In closing arguments, prosecuting attorney Matthew Durrett argued that instead of de-escalating the situation, Cordeiro made things worse, adding that there was a standard of care that Cordeiro did not follow. Meanwhile, defense attorneys reiterated that Cordeiro did not commit a crime, but instead was doing his job. Defense added that several factors presented in a medical examiner's testimony led to Hanna's death, including complications from heart disease, illicit drug use, and exertion. Durrett says that while disappointed with the result, he knew this case had to be decided by a jury.
This is a community issue, and the jurors are the conscience of the community. And I felt pretty strongly that they needed to be the one to decide whether or not Officer Cordeiro was guilty in this case. They heard all the evidence and decided that we didn't meet our burden.
This caps off 2 days of emotional testimony. Cordeiro was facing up to a year in county jail if found guilty. But again, the jury today finding Chris Cordeiro not guilty of negligent homicide. In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.